And do we have Coach Strong on the line?
Yes, I'm right here. How you doing?
All right. Coach, thanks so much for joining us. As we said, Bulls are 1-2 overall in action this past Saturday against South Carolina State. USF won the game 55-16. Bulls idle this week. The next game will be on the 20th of September against SMU. Appreciate you joining us, Coach. If you just give us your thoughts on the win against South Carolina State and then your plans for the open week as you get ready to enter conference play against SMU in a couple weeks.
Well, it was just good to get back on track. It's been a long time. I mean, we went through a slump there where we hadn't won. And so for our guys to come out and compete and play as well as they played. And South Carolina State, and they were a good football team, well-coached football team. But for us to play and then get the turnovers and then play, we made a change our quarterback. And Jordan McLeod played very well. So we get this weekend. We got a lot of work. We still got to improve. We got to get better. We're not near where we should be. So we have this week to heal up some wounds and then get ready for SMU coming in here in a couple of weeks.
We'll take questions to Coach Charlie Strong, please. Star 1 on your telephone keypad will put you in the queue, and then the operator will introduce you.
We have a question from Dan Tortora with wakeupcalldt.com.
Good afternoon, Coach. How are you?
Good, Dan. How are you doing?
Doing well. Thanks for asking. To go into a little bit more on the first career start for your freshman quarterback, Jordan McLeod, just your takeaways from him and just his place moving forward with this team.
Well, Jordan had one thing we do at practice, we always we get a first offense some plays and you get a second offense some plays. So he had been repping that at practice, but he never had been in a game. And then we played him late there against Georgia Tech, and he took the offense and moved the ball down the field. And there wasn't nothing that what Blake wasn't doing. Sometimes you just had to you feel like that we needed something different. You know, the team needed something different, and we needed to get going. So he came in and played well, and he can always get better. You know, he missed some reads, but still, though, you know, being his first start, I thought just overall didn't turn the football over, but he played pretty well.
And then as far as kind of stepping forward here skill-wise as you have this open week, just what your takeaways can be from, you know, some of the receivers and the running backs there, if you feel like some leadership is starting to emerge from those two positions as you go forward in the season.
Well, we got to get better at both of those positions. You know, we got to get a 100-yard rush here. You know, we ran the ball the other night for 200 yards, but we had to get better and you know, now that, you know, the receivers, they got to get settled in. Now we got to, with Jordan coming in now, it's got to be where they get settled in and feel comfortable with Jordan. But we just overall offensively, you know, we know this, that we haven't played as well as we could play there in that phase, and we just got to get better at that phase.
Well, thank you, Coach, and enjoy your week this week.
All right.
Next, we'll hear from Joey Knight with the Tampa Bay Times.
Coach, we forgot to ask you the other night about Jordan Cronkrite. He went down during the game. How serious is it? Will he be available for SMU?
Oh, yes, Jordan will be available for SMU. I mean, we got 2 weeks here to get him healed up, and it wasn't nothing serious, but we just allowed us to let Jordan play some more, but he'll be ready to go.
And on top of that, how did Kelly Joyner perform in your opinion? What was your assessment of how he came in?
Well, he came in. The thing about him, he's such a shifty runner. He's very fast, and he can get a chance to you know, he can find a hole and hit the hole quickly. You know, he's not very big, and that's the thing about him. It's just his size. But, you know, once he gets in an open field, he can break people down and run past them.
Appreciate it, Coach.
All righty.
Next, we'll hear from Brian Hattab with the Oracle.
Coach, good morning. How you doing?
Good, Brian. How you doing?
Good. On Saturday night, you guys were 7 for 8 in the red zone. The only time you guys didn't convert was at the end of the game. You guys took a knee. How good was it to finally see some performance inside the 20?
Well, it's great to see that you got points, and I think it was five touchdowns, I think, and 2 field goals. But we needed to be effective in the red zone because we moved the ball down, and that's kind of where our issues have been, where we didn't, you know, we came out with a field goal. But You always want to improve in that area. This and that area is very key because the trips that you make down there, you got to produce points, and it was good to see us produce those points the other night.
You've got the bye week coming up here, but is there a little sense of disappointment that you guys can't keep this momentum rolling into next week?
Well, you would like to. That's why we're going to need to go out and practice, and it's got to be consistency from our point of view, just to how we approach it and how our players go about approaching it, and it's all about getting better during this time here, because we're going to hit a stretch where we won't have any more days off or open, so we got to take advantage of it now. And we got a tough schedule coming up, but it's got to be game by game.
Okay, Coach. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
Do you have any other questions for Coach Strong? Please star 1 on your telephone keypad. If so.
You see Marquita.
We have a question from Nathan Bond with the Daily Stampede.
Hey, Coach. How you doing?
Good, Nathan. How you doing?
I'm doing well, Coach. It's been like 330 days since you last won a game. How were you able to breathe on Saturday night?
I know one thing about that. You keep that up. You're going to keep reminding me how many days it's been since we won. Well, the thing about it, and like I said to you, this is a whole different team. This is a whole different season. So we didn't start off, so we got to look at it from now. I don't want to go back to last season. It's from now. I mean, we didn't play well the first 2 weeks. So now we go and get us one the third week, our third game. We go and play well and win. So now it's all about, it's not so much me breathing. It's about us just getting better. And now we got this week off, and we got a long time to get ready to go prep for SMU. But it's just we got to be consistent in how we do it and how we go about our work.
Coach, you're able to get some young guys a lot of run. Trey Lang had 5 tackles who haven't gotten a lot of opportunity. What did you see from the guys who were able to step in and play some meaningful minutes for you down the stretch on Saturday?
Well, when you get in a game like that and you score a bunch of points and you get a big lead, you give guys a chance to go play. And it's a lot of guys that deserved it because of the way they've worked during the preseason camp. But it was just good to see them come in and play well, because a lot of times when you get in a game like that and you start putting in other players, they don't, they just come in and kind of go through the motion. But these guys came in, they played very hard, and they was out there trying to make plays.
Coach, by all accounts, it was a couple hours before game time that you guys made the decision to go to Jordan. Did it kind of give the team a jolt in the locker room, like, all right, we've got this now?
Well, they didn't. The team, I didn't make it a big issue with the team, so they, a few of them probably knew. So we didn't make it a big announcement. We just went and talked to those two and told them who was going to go, and that they were, just told them, hey, be ready to go play. But I didn't make it a big deal with the team.
Okay. And how did Blake handle that conversation? He came in here as a transfer, hoping to kind of finish out his career. How did he handle that transition?
Well, Blake is a professional, and he understands, and he was good with it. But he's a professional, and he knows how to handle himself and handle that situation.
All right, well, that's it for me, Coach. Enjoy your bye week.
All right. Thank you, Nathan.
Coach, thanks so much for your time this morning. We look forward to hearing from you once again next Monday.